February 27th, 2016. I went down to the local planetarium here at Eastern Florida State College. They have a 24-inch telescope there in a little gift shop. And I got this book, The Voice of Dr. Wernher von Braun. It's basically an anthology of all of his speeches that he made over the time that he was one of the leading proponents for space travel. I'll go ahead and read a little passage from this book for you guys. The mission for the Saturn V, of course, to place the Apollo spacecraft on its lunar trajectory. The huge Saturn V, measuring more than 350 feet tall, will stand taller than the Statue of Liberty. It will be able to lift the same payload as 25 Boeing 707 jet aircraft combined. It can toss 120 tons, more than the weight of one complete 880 aircraft, into orbit 300 miles above the Earth, or it can hurl 45 tons to the vicinity of the moon. I'm often asked, quote, "Why do you want to go to the moon?" One little old lady once asked me, "Why don't you just stay at home and watch television, as the good Lord intended?" I must admit that I, like numerous others in the space program, am compelled by irresistible curiosity to explore the vastness of space. Outer space has 3 dimensions, each one which stretches to infinity. During a slow and sometimes painful struggle upward, man has progressed from caveman to spaceman, and is able for the first time to break the fetters that have bound him to Earth and to venture into space. That's leadership. That's letting people know what's going on. The little old lady would be still in the cave right now for those brave explorers who decided to go outside. Find this book. Read what this man had to say. What was going on in his mind. And on that note, the realistic aspect of exploration, to inspire people to get there, I think Wernher von Braun really laid the hammer down. And on that note, Big Bang theory, it doesn't inspire people. There are a few problems with it, why it doesn't inspire people. It's not a theory we should be keeping to get humanity to the stars. A few reasons why. I think it closes people's minds. I think it's used to put down dissent and to keep most astronomers in line and riding the gravy train. It's a theory used to establish authority and control over people's minds, and to make sure everybody is on the same page, if you will, regardless of if the Big Bang Theory is complete horseshit, which it is. It's complete horseshit. It places the universe in a box, essentially. It's a finite universe. There's an edge to it. We got to see the edge. That's ridiculous. When the James Webb Space Telescope goes up, they're going to take a picture of the darkest regions of the sky and keep the telescope hovered over it, just like the Hubble Ultra Deep Field did. And what they're going to find is many, 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 many more fully formed spiral galaxies. They're going to find hundreds of thousands of them. Fully formed. There is no edge to the universe. The Big Bang Theory is absolutely ridiculous. Because it puts everything in a box. It has no future. Big Bang Theory has no future, especially in my generation's time. I was born in 1984. My generation knows better. We're not going to keep Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory belonged to like the early 1920s and those mentalities where the universe was just this tiny little place. But my generation knows better. Does not inspire. You can't say, well, listen everybody, we're going to build a rocket, right? And we're going to go up to see Big Bang. You can't see Big Bang. There's no place to travel. It's some like mental mindfuck of a theory. You can't ever travel to Big Bang. How is that going to inspire traveling to the stars? It's not. The only thing it does is give people the false impression that math holds importance over an exploratory spirit. Say you have mathematicians who say, we're going to understand how the universe works with the math formulas. And on the other hand, you have realistic people who actually can see where they're going to be going and have an exploratory spirit to travel amongst the stars and to actually physically observe what's happening to them. There's completely two different mindsets. You have the rainy day 1920s, the technology wasn't up to par, every universe was a closed little box, and you have the 2020s where we're like, wow, we actually know what's out there now, and we're going to explore it. So we no longer need a Big Bang authority to, we're doing away with it. We don't need it anymore. And that's one of the main purposes for developing stellar metamorphosis, is if we're going to be exploring these places, we need to understand what we're actually going to be finding. There's no theory of planet formation that actually works inside of establishment. I know this because they keep planets and stars as mutually exclusive. The planet or exoplanet is the evolving ancient star, meaning the evolved stars, which are Earth-like, and maybe ocean worlds and gray dwarfs, or our later stages of evolution where life begins forming, and is formed, exist in the universe in abundance, much higher than the actual dots that we see, which are the younger stars that shine from their own radiance. There's a whole hell of a lot of life out there. There are places with dinosaurs still on them, with cave people, and there are also civilizations out there that are more advanced than us by the billions. They're out there. And I know it's taboo to say this, but they visit Earth on a weekly basis. Any UFO or flying saucer or extraterrestrial researcher knows this, but, you know, it's still not accepted by society because they have their heads up their asses. But we all know better. As well, I think stellar metamorphosis, or just the understanding that what we're standing on isn't just a big pile of rocks, gives people more inspiration to explore the stars. You mean, this isn't just a bunch of rocks, and, you know, there's a whole process out there that's happening where stars cool and die and collapse and form life as they cool and die. That inspires, okay? That says, wow, you know, we're not alone. The processes that created life here are ubiquitous. They're universal. Big Bang can't hold a candle to an understanding like that. As well, I think it gives possibility. If we can go to other places and explore what's happening to them, we can see our future as well. That's one of the main reasons too, you know. We know what's going to happen to us. We're going to be interstellar travelers. And maybe even travel from galaxy to galaxy. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, we're going to be leaving Earth in large scale. So any kind of program that designed to find new ways of propulsion and understanding inertia and mass, well, those programs do have a future, a major future ahead of them. Big Bang doesn't have a future. Just, it doesn't really do anything for us. On that note, I think I'll go ahead and end this. I'm going to continue reading this book to learn how to really get the point across that we're not going to be here forever. We're going up there, man. We're going up there in large amounts. We're going to be interstellar explorers. That's our future. But, alright. I think that sums it up. Alright, I already said the dates, February 27th, 2016. Hopefully people can understand that, you know, we need to discard theories, not only because they're wrong, but because they do not inspire and they have no future. Alright, later.